Welcome to Joy News Interactive. You can join us via our social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter with the ID Joy News on TV, GoTV channel 144, DSTV channel 421, and streaming live on Joy News Live on YouTube. Coming up this morning, there have been recent incidents of localized power outages, and social media has been asking, who is to blame? Has the fuel increased by 2% or 11% over the past couple of weeks? How does that work or make sense to the ordinary person? At 4 p.m., the Black Stars, as you can see, phase up to the cranes of Uganda after weeks of general apathy. Is it time to throw our weight behind the boys again? And in Kumasi, we are mourning the great Queen Mother Nana Akufo-Addo Ampem II. Today, the ordinary citizen will have the opportunity to file past the body of the late Asante Hima. We have got a lot to talk about today, so join the conversation right now. My name is Victor Brache. Let's get started. If it were to be happening in 2016, fingers would have pointed at the former President John Dramani Mahama. An election has taken place, and just some few weeks into the administration of the new government led by President Akufo-Addo, people are not certain who to blame if their lights are to go off. Should it be former President Mahama or current President Nana Akufo-Addo? Social media users have been shooting at the stars on who to blame for doing so. But another issue has cropped up: the increment of fuel prices. Reports on social media pegged it at 11%. Meanwhile, Joy Business Checks indicates that it's 2%. Before I read your comments on social media about these two issues, George Wiafe, a colleague with the Joy Business team, will be joining us via Skype with more details on the fuel hikes. But we're going to read a couple of your comments on Facebook about Mate. Mate says, I received a joke that says, even though Nana Akufo-Addo is the president of Ghana, when Doomsor visits me, I will respond, JDM Aden. Please, Akufo-Addo has defeated you and your Doomsor. Amen. Laughing aloud. We need to stop Doomsor now or never. So these comments are under our post asking people who would you blame for Doomsor. And then Michael Parry GH says the signature of the current government is yet to be felt on the nation. Every economical changes being experienced currently must be attributed to the previous government. It's being positive or negative. You have Wisdom, who says incompetent JM left office with fuel price of 14 Ghana cedis. Competent Nana Addo in 10 days after assuming office increased it to 19 Ghana cedis. Wow, what a change. But don't worry, Nana will fix it by the end of the 4 years. You have Johans, who says, okay, we have Mad Max Lion, who says, our youth must be steadfast and take advantage of the modern civilization. Do not fool your people in the way of fuel. Ghanaians are Asian democracy and not hard life first to last when Ja lives. We have John Johnson, who says this is just the beginning. What is coming is even bomb than this. Ghanaians are going to smell the flames of concentrated hydrochloric acid. And we have Martin, who says blame Mahama. We are used to that after all. Greedy people selfishly and ignorantly put their monies in DKM. It backfires and they blame Mahama. Come to the church. Tithe supposedly meant for God. We ask how it's being used. We have MK Jr., who says this one I don't think far. Just after 1 week of inauguration, see what is happening. We have Papa Kwame Segbenu, who says Nana Addo will be unpopular within 6 months because of the lies he and Bawumia told the people of Ghana. Prince Nuruddin, we're going to scroll down and read what Prince has written. Prince Nuruddin Bawumia says, interesting times ahead. I believe the spirit of we can do it. Therefore, let's grant them enough space and time to resolve these social canker. And we have Hit Up Ways, who says, Nana Addo needs time to put things in shape. He can't use just a day to fulfill all the promises. JM and his government really spoiled the economy. We have Labista, who says, who to blame? Just kindly come and blame my grandma. Okay, we have Clemens Kweku, who says Mahama is to blame. And Delton Akomia Mensa says some 20 minutes ago, he types, the NDC increased it before the inauguration, which took effect in January 3rd. So my fellow 44.4% NDC people, don't blame President Nana Akufo-Addo. Why? Keep sending your comments onto our platforms. We're going to read all your messages on Facebook, and then we will get to read your comments on our platforms on Joy News Facebook as we go ahead with the conversation. Let's go on Skype now and speak to George Wiafe on the fuel hikes that has been happening currently. Is it 2% or 11%? We're going to get clarification from George Wiafe very soon. George, how are things going on with the public in relation to the increments in these fuel hikes?
Okay, so Victor, if I get you right, every 2 weeks under this deregulation policy, we see players actually review their prices. But what actually goes into this price review? Now, they will ask you, or it's all about the fact that what's the price of crude on the international market? How much would it cost an importer to bring in product in terms of the fact that these volumes of this product has been bought, that is the finished product? How much is it going to cost you in terms of the freight charges? How much are you going to buy the volume, if I should, of a petroleum product? And all these things impact on the final product or the product actually that is put to you on the international market. So these are some of the variables that actually influence the price of petroleum product.
Okay, but was there any notice put out there warning people of these increments?
Now, Victor, we are operating a policy actually the players themselves can actually decide on at what price they want to sell their product. And that is what they call the deregulation policy. So basically, they have a band which they can set their own price.
Okay. Okay.
So looking at where we are going with this policy, I don't even need to announce to anybody that that's what I'll be selling it.
Okay.
As you drive to the service station to find out new prices are posted there. That is all part of this whole deregulation policy, Victor.
Okay.
So they don't need. We are no longer in an era where government come to announce that prices are going to go up by this. But there's new arrangement where the over 100 oil marketing companies set their own prices. Basically, every day we can even see prices going up, either up or down, dependent on whether the input cost was lower or higher.
Okay, my final question to you. Since the normal person or the ordinary person is the one going to suffer from these increments, how huge is the impact on commercial transport users?
Well, Victor, if you look at just the next window, which covers from 15th of January to the end of this month, that is just going to be about 1 to about 4%. But if you do a cumulative calculation from January 1 to date, we're looking at about 40% jump in prices. And obviously, the transport operators have certain marks that to look at. If it goes beyond 5%, that could trigger an increment in transport fares. Now, forget that this is a major determinant in a lot of things in the economy. That could influence cost of production, that could influence the cost of living, and that could down see prices also go up. And that is how it's going to impact on you, Victor, as well, the normal consumer.
Oh, okay. Sounds very interesting from that perspective. Thank you very much, George, for your time. We're following up more on this particular story and increment. That was George Wiafe from the Joy Business Desk, with who was explaining the fuel increment as it has happened, and social media is buzzing with it. So let's head back to Kumasi, where we are mourning the great Queen Mother, Nana Akufo-Addo II. Kumasi has been clothed in black and red and marched in different umbrellas representing the chiefs that make up the Ashanti Kingdom and other dignitaries from across the world. And also, the atmosphere will be like that until the final funeral custom is performed. But apart from the solemnities there have been some light-heated moments. We are going to speak to our colleague in Kumasi, Maswell, who has been there and has filed this report.
Welcome to the nightlife here in Kumasi. We're actually 50 meters away from the main walls of the Menchia Palace, and this is the Menchia Street. And there are two phases to this event, actually. The first part, we brought down the curtains on day one of the crying, the singing of the dirges, and the filing past of the body of the great Asante Hima of Asanteman. We are done with day one, and what you expect to continue is a nightlife, and that is exactly what is happening here on the streets of Menchia. I have some young people here with me, spending time, drinking, something really soft. It's a soft drink, actually. Let me find out from them what this movement means for them. A lot of them having interactions with them, a lot of them say that this is the first time they are experiencing a funeral ceremony for a key figure in the Asante Kingdom, like the Asante Hima. So a lot of them is an eye-opener for them. Let's have interactions with them and find out what it means to you, especially. Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Romeo.
Romeo, tell me, as a young person, what do you think is the significance of this whole ceremony? We've seen the singing of dirges. We've seen people mourning. Now you're on the streets having a good time. You're on the street. What does it mean for you?
Yeah, it's a great privilege. First of all, we thank the Almighty God for making us a wonderful day. Besides, we have learned something a lot from it. We have learned something a lot from it. It's okay. It means Ghana, we have a rich culture, and I have to be proud that I'm a Kumasi boy. I'm really proud of it. Yeah, that's good.
A lot of your colleagues that I had interactions with, a lot of your peers, I must say, they tell me that it's a real eye-opener for them. Before this grand event of the final funeral rites for the Asante Hima, have you ever witnessed anything like this before?
Oh, not really. I'm very too young, so this is my first time I'm enjoying such a scene in an open place. Yeah.
And of course,
that is it.
And of course, there's some singing, some live band going on. Kofi B is performing. Tell me, what would you be doing this evening?
Yeah, we'll be doing it live. We'll be doing it big on the streets.
What would you be doing on the street?
We'll be just dancing. We have to celebrate.
Okay.
111 is a great privilege. It's a blessing. It's everything. Even though we have lost our great mother, but yet we are saying we are proud of him. We need to celebrate on the street for him.
Okay.
Well, you could see in your screens Maso Agbagba, one of our reporters in Kumasi, bringing us updates on what is happening actually in Kumasi at night. There hasn't been so much conversation on social media about what is happening in Kumasi. When you follow the trends, you realize that when you go on Twitter and you go to Kumasi for the trends, the Asante Hene is leading. But when you check the number of hours that people have been engaged in the conversation, you realize that it's been 19 hours, 15 hours that people were talking about the Asante Hema and then what is happening in Kumasi. So we're going to go on our Facebook wall. There is a video that I'm going to show to you very soon. But let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more for you.